Okay, so many Spanish speakers I've met will have these requests in English that they think sound very nice, but they actually might sound a little bit rude to a native English speaker. How can we tell? Well, we're going to take a look at that today. How to make better and nicer requests in English. Hello, my name is Profe Charlie, and I'm an English coach for Spanish-speaking professionals. When it comes to requests, there's 3 elements that we can use to make our requests sound nicer and more polite. We have the greeting, we have something nice at the beginning, and something nice at the end. And what this allows us to do is be very direct with our requests, but also sound very kind when we're making them. So let's get started taking a look at some greetings. Let's start with an email. So with an email, the greetings and first messages are pretty well known. You can say, hey, and then the person's name for something that's a little bit informal, or you can say hi, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, and then the person's name, or Mr., Mrs., and their last name for something a little bit more formal. Then, to start the message, we can say something nice like, hope you're doing well, hope you've had a good week, hope you're having a good day. These are all some nice ways to start emails. Then we want to come in with the request. And let's take a look at a request. Let's say you want someone to send you the sales report, okay? What you can do before saying, can you send me the sales report, is you can precede this with something that considers the other person's time, or you can say, just a quick question. Both of these work very well to precede a question. For example, just a quick question. Will you be able to get the sales report in by Friday? Or you can also say, if you have time this week, could you send me the sales report? I'm looking to have it before Friday. Both of these are very nice ways of asking for the sales report without being too pushy. But we need something at the end as well. And my favorite phrase to use is, let me know if you have any questions. But you can also use the phrase, let me know if you need anything, or let me know if you need any help. Now, this is a complete phrase and it's very kind. Hope you're doing well. Just a quick question. Will you be able to complete the sales report for Friday? Let me know if you have any questions or need any help. Thanks, Charlie. So that's a good framework you can use when you're writing emails in English to sound a little bit nicer. Now, when we are talking about in-person conversations, it's a little bit different. You don't have to say, hope you're doing well. You can start out by saying, hey, what's up? And then the person's name. How have you been? How are you doing? Any of those work, especially for an informal conversation. If it's something more formal, you might say, hey, and then Mr. or Mrs. or however you address the person. Hey, Mr. Clark, do you have a second? Do you have a minute to talk? And then you can ask them that request. You want to do the same thing that you would do with those email requests, is precede the request with something a little bit nice. For example, do you have time later this week for a meeting? I'm available on Thursday and Friday mornings from 7 to 11 a.m. Another phrase you can say is, if you have time this week, would you be able to meet with me? Or you could simply ask this as a question. Do you have time this week? And then wait for the other person to respond. Let's say they say yes, they do have time. You can say, great, on Thursday and Friday from 7 to 11 a.m., I'm free. Does any time in this time slot work for you? Now here you don't need something like, let me know if you have any questions, or let me know if I can help you. This is not as important when you're in person, but what you can say is something like, great, I'll see you then, or awesome, I'll see you at the meeting, okay? Let's take a look at some examples that we can use both in email and in a one-on-one conversation or in person. One other email example is, hey John, hope you're having a good week. I just wanted to ask, have you completed the sales report for the end of the month? I'm looking to send it to our CEO sometime before Friday evening. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, Charlie. As you can see here, we have a nice phrase at the beginning, a nice phrase at the end, and we even explain the reason why we need this sales report by a certain time. Now in person, you might say, "Hey John, how are you doing?" Then he might say he's doing well. You can say, "Just a quick question. Did you finish that sales report? I'm trying to send it to our CEO by Friday evening." And then let's say he says yes. You can say, "Okay, great. Thank you. I'll see you later today." I know I mentioned only a couple of phrases that we could use. These should work for most situations, but if you want to train your specific situation or learn more about these phrases, feel free to contact me using one of the links in the description of this video. I run an entire course on business English communication for Spanish-speaking professionals, one-on-one and group style. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your example of a nice request in the comments, and I'd be happy to respond telling you if it sounds nice or rude in English. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.